My name is Matt Gannon. Matt Gannon. Welcome to the Golf Gambling Podcast. These are the 6K DFS darlings for the 2024 Sony Open. If you're new to this show, I am going to break down the 6K range, tell you what I'm looking for in the 6K range, and give you a handful of names to potentially close your lineups with. We're going to go from 6'9" to down to 6'2" in this episode. And in the 6K range, I'm kind of looking at it a little differently than I am from the rest of the field. I know driving accuracy is important, but for everyone, but towards the top of the range, I'm kind of looking more at towards the top of the board, not range. I'm kind of looking at more total drivers rather than accurate drivers. Like I want a guy like Ludwig who's going to be both long and straight. I want a guy like Matt Fitzpatrick, long and straight. Those kind of guys. Whereas the 6K range, we're not really going to get that. We're not going to get a complete driver of the golf ball who's going to mash every fairway. That's the biggest stat in golf, and they're just not going to be in the 6K range. So in the 6K range, I'm going to be looking at more driving accuracy, specifically combining that with recent results, course history. So let's go from there. 6,900 Ryan Palmer. He's deadly accurate off the tee. He's been playing golf on the tour for like damn near 20 years. This is going to be his 18th start at the Sony Open, and he's made the cut 13 out of 17 times. So he knows his way around here. He always starts at his year at this golf course. He knows that he can only contend on a handful of golf courses at this point in his career. So Ryan Palmer is coming to Waialae like, yeah, this is one of 10 places I can actually kind of make the cut. So here we are, Ryan Palmer, $6,900. I think he could definitely make the cut in this field. $6,800. Garrick Higo withdrew from the Zozo, and we haven't seen him since then. Now, the reason I'm mentioning Garrick Higo is because I just think he is young and just too good of a golfer to be at $6,800. Maybe not too good, but too high of a ceiling. He came out and won twice immediately. One on the PGA Tour, one on the DP World Tour. Now, at $6,800 in a field that's not crazy, I'm down to take a flyer. It's early in the season. Not every single thing has to be super statistically based. So I'm just taking a flyer on Garrick Higo. I really think he is better than $6,800, quite simply. So we'll move down to $6,700. Matty Schmid. I've mentioned him in every single show I've done this week. A guy who comes out the gates quick, a guy who makes a ton of birdies. And that is really good for the 6K range because A, you're going to get those birdie points, you're going to get those streak points, and B, if you want someone to get hot, you want them to get hot quick, at least in the 6K range, because making the cut is priority. So Matty Schmid is good at coming out the gates quick and making a cut. $6,700, I think he's a good buy. We'll go down to $6,600, and that's Tyler Duncan. Last time we saw Tyler Duncan, he finished third at the RSM Classic, which is a very, very, very similar golf course. So corollaries there. His best results come on these short Bermuda golf courses, and he does really well off the tee. He's honestly longer and straighter than a majority of these guys in the 6K range, not just straight. So we haven't seen him in a while, but this golf course makes a ton of sense for him. $6,600 is a great price. We will jump down to $6,300. Nico Echeverria. We saw him last week. He finished 12th at the Century, and we know how amazing the Century Tournament of Champions, the best players in the world were at that event, and he finished 12th. Now, Echeverria has a win in his career, and that came on a resort course. Now, I'm not saying Waialae is a resort course, but it's damn near a resort course. Ocean vibes, easy scoring conditions. And Nico Echeverria's best trait is driving accuracy. Combine all those things, $6,300. Like, he's one of the lowest priced guys in the field, and he's playing good golf. So I'm down for Nico, $6,300. And finally, Carson Young at $6,200. Kind of similar to the Garrick Higo thing. A young golfer who's shown ability to make birdies, shown the ability to play good golf. And like all these guys, Carson Young is a driving accuracy savant. So it's the best thing he does. $6,200 on a young golfer with upside that we don't know yet. I will always take that flyer. Now, in these ranges, you can't be so analytical, so like precise with every single box. You have to buy some aspect of not knowing, buy some luck aspect, take a shot. If you want to win that $1 million, take a shot. Plug your nose, play that ugly play. So I'm going to run through it really quick. If you need to listen to the analysis, just go back to the video. Ryan Palmer at 6'9", Garrick Higo at 6'8", Matty Schmid at 6'7", Tyler Duncan at 6'6", Nico Echeverria at 6'3", and Carson Young at 6'2". I think all of those are great buys in the 6K range, and I will be back tomorrow with more content. Any questions, you know where to find me. Peace out.